Hi and welcome everyone to this Facebook Live. If you're watching live, just let me know, or if you watch the replay, just drop a comment. Would also love to know where you're from. So this is my first live. Please bear with me. It's taken me quite a lot of courage to build up and do it, but I have aligned with this amazing company that is at the forefront of nutrigenomics and biohacking, and grown quite passionate about it. So this is the reason why I thought it's just time to get out about it and just answer a few questions. I have been getting quite a lot of questions what it is that I am so passionate about, and for that reason, I interview Lisa today. Lisa is a registered nurse on the Sunshine Coast in Australia, my previous home for the last 11 years, and I'm very, very thankful and excited that she's taking the time to go on and answer a few of my questions. I know she's a very, very busy lady. Being very passionate herself about everything health and wellness, and obviously being a registered nurse, raising 3 children. I don't probably have to say anymore. She is busy. What I really, really appreciate Lisa about is that she knows her stuff. So she knows all the science and the research about it. So if I ever have any questions in terms of research, Lisa is my go-to person, and yeah, very, very much appreciated. So I might just invite her in. Just invite. Oh, hi, Lisa.
Hey, Bettina, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Yeah, really well, thank you.
Thanks so much for taking time. Hey.
And you're welcome. I love sharing this information. I'm like you, very passionate about it.
That's awesome. Lisa, I hope I've said everything right. You are very busy and you are very passionate about this topic that we all getting the info out about.
Absolutely, absolutely. When you can start with the science and when you can see 3 years worth of how beneficial this is.
Lisa, we just lost her. We just lost you, Lisa.
Yes, I did. I saw that the screen went blank. Sorry, guys, no idea what's going on with that. But I'm so excited. You know, it's not often that you find a natural health product with such amazing science, and then not only, to be with the company for 3 years and see just how powerfully beneficial this is for people, and just, that's why I started nursing. I wanted to help make people's lives better, and all I can say is the better it gets, the better it gets with this, because I'm 3.5 nearly years in with the company, and I'm never going to stop sharing. It's just that good.
Oh, that's so good to hear. I feel the same way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get right into it. Look, I know we've been using this huge word of biohacking more recently. How do you explain this to people? What that is?
At first I found the term a little clunky. I wasn't sure how to incorporate it, because it's such a new concept. But it just adds on to nutrigenomics. So we know that nutrigenomics is a massive, huge new area and very fundamental to health and wellness. And nutrigenomics is how the study of nutrition and naturally occurring compounds can beneficially affect our bodies, our DNA, everything. And so biohacking is literally how we can take that information that we know from nutrigenomics and positively apply it to the very complex system that is our body and produce amazingly positive results. It's mind-blowing, and we're doing it with naturally occurring compounds. I absolutely love it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I know it is a big word, but it actually is, where if we break it down, it is, possible to understand.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And it really doesn't have to be scientific and overwhelming. It's just understanding we're using a very specific form of new research and understanding on naturally occurring compounds like our turmeric and our green teas and all of those things that we've known have been amazing for a long time, taking those and applying them for a specific result, and that's what we're achieving. It's really cool.
Yeah. Now, Lisa, I also in my post, I have been talking a lot about oxidative stress. How do you explain that to people? What is that oxidative stress and what does it actually do to us?
Yeah. Do you know what? I did not understand oxidative stress when it was first brought to me. I mean, our little bottles say protection against oxidative stress. So, if you don't understand what oxidative stress is, you're kind of a fish out of water in understanding how beneficial this product is. But oxidative stress, when you look it up, it's an excess of free radicals in the body that cause damage to our cells. So there are three terms, and most people are familiar with at least one of them. There's oxidative stress, there's free radical damage, and there's cellular damage. And all three of those mean the exact same thing. It's just literally damage to the cells of our body. And that's not a good thing. That's definitely not a good thing. If you've got high levels of oxidative stress, that links directly to lots and lots of things that you don't want occurring in the body. And that can be researched. So that's not just something that we're saying, that can be backed and validated by science.
So we all have it, hey?
Absolutely. If you eat, breathe, or drink, you have oxidative stress. But the world we're living in, it's not the world of 40, 50 years ago. Technology is advancing rapidly. I mean, even processed foods, that's technology, because 40, 50 years ago, everything was meat and three veg. And everything was, grown locally or sourced, locally. And so we didn't have the preservatives or the artificial colors or the flavors and things that we have in food these days. All of those, anything that we put on or in our body that is synthetically derived, that is not natural, will increase our production of free radicals. It's at least like that. It just boosts that through the metabolic process. It just creates way more free radicals, and that creates more oxidative stress. So when you look at our cell phones or our electronic devices, the Wi-Fi in our homes, the skin, the sunscreen and deodorants, the makeups, the perfumes, look at what we do to our bodies daily. It's insane. And that's just not the way we live now. We think is normal. But if you compared it to 40, 50 years ago, it's really not. And so 40, 50 years ago, this may not have had the same implication as what it does now. But because of the way we're living, and none of us are going to go with no deodorant, no cell phone, and no makeup, it's not happening, We are so used to those things that we're not going to adjust that anytime soon. But it definitely puts our bodies at an increased risk of developing things that we don't want. So it's huge.
Yeah, that's a great explanation. And as you say, it is absolutely huge. It was something I haven't come across before, and the more research I did, it's just it is just mind-blowing what it actually does to us. Hey?
Yeah,
now
it's in it's not good.
Yep, that's right. So our breakthrough product switches on a pathway in our bodies and activates something that is called NRF2. Now, how do you explain to people?
Okay, so my first year, I mean, in order for me to become involved with the company, I had to know the ins and outs of everything. I worked my backside off for my degree. So there was no way I was jeopardizing that for anything less than something amazing. And the science was just so incredible. But because I devoured all that science, everybody I spoke to, I was like, bleh, and speaking scientific jargon, and oh my goodness, the eyes would glaze over, and the words, I could almost see them going over their heads, And I learned that that's great for me to know that, but you need to be able to tell it in a way that people understand. And so these days, I just tell it really, really simply. And I say, our little yellow pill, when we take that, it turns on our body's ability to create our own antioxidant enzymes. That's our own defense system. So if you imagine the yin and the yang, and you've got the good and the bad, and most people can imagine that symbol, where we produce free radicals in our body has a way of being able to negate those free radicals, to protect itself from them. And that's our antioxidant defense system. Now, the problem is, as I was saying before, 40, 50 years ago, it was in balance in most cases and fairly even. But our defense system never ever thought for a second that we were going to be exposed to as much as what we've got going on. So where we previously had balance, these days we have imbalance, and it's made it very, very necessary for us to find a natural way to put our body back in balance. And that's what our little yellow pill does. We take it, it turns on our body's ability to generate our own antioxidant defense system, which then puts us far more in balance and far more in a better position to be able to deal with that excess free radicals and therefore reduce the inflammation. It's powerful.
It is, hi.
Yeah.
So you kind of said that already, because when I came across this the first time, I was a little bit skeptic, I have to be honest. And, you know, I had to do a lot of research. I'm just like you. I also don't want to just put my name next to something I'm not really sure about.
Yeah.
How did you feel in the very beginning stages when you came across this?
I'm almost embarrassed to say it these days, but I was like, I said it once before, I was like one of those horses with the blinders on, you know, because the product protected against oxidative stress, and I didn't get taught what oxidative stress was when I was doing my nursing degree. I kind of dismissed it, and I thought, well, I haven't heard about it in any other way, and it's in network marketing, and I didn't know what network marketing was, but so I wasn't boo-hooing it. But at the same time, I was thinking, well, if it was so good, I should hear about it. You know, that was the mentality I had. So, and I was super busy, and I thought, well, I'm not going to look into this. That's fine. But my sister is she's just beautiful, and you've met my sister. She's got the biggest heart in the world, and she just kept sending me links to PubMed research, and I thought, okay, I know PubMed. I've used PubMed. I know that to get a research article on there, it has to be peer reviewed. That's a big process. So, you know, and this product had 23 peer-reviewed studies on it. And I was thinking, oh, maybe there's something in it. And then she would send me like a cardiologist talking about why he joined the business and why he was excited about it. And I'm going, cardiologist is excited? Get out of town. You know, that doesn't happen. So I went and I researched everything. I found out what oxidative stress was, and I realized, wow, that's huge, because it is literally linked to everything that we don't want. And I found out that, you know, this was natural. And I listened to every doctor who had joined the company and listened to every reason why they were involved and what they'd seen. And I got so excited. I realized that, you know, I'd had my head in my butt. I had really shut out something and said no when I really should have at least given it a chance and looked into it. And once I got that far and I'd looked into it that much, I was in. I knew that this was going to be able to help people. I knew the science was so strong, and I was thinking, there's no way that I am not being part of this, you know. And that was 3.5 years ago. And honest to goodness, I will never stop sharing this, because I've got team members who started as customers whose lives have been changed dramatically. Not just a little bit, I mean changed dramatically for the better. That's why they became team members themselves. And every time I look at them, I think, if it wasn't for me opening my mouth or a team member opening their mouths, or if they didn't know about this, their life would still be as it was. And you can't put a price on that. That's so valuable. So valuable.
Yeah. That already leads me into the next question, Lisa. So how is this, obviously there's so much out there. There's so many, the supplement industry is huge. And what makes this so different?
So, you know, oh, you're there. I've had people say to me, you know, I take you know, some of those ingredients. So, and they think, well, because they take some of it, they're getting the same effect, and they're not. The fact is, there is not a single product on the market that does what this does. So there are nerve-2 activators out there, and you're going to see more of them, because this is very much the future of health and wellness. There will be other companies going, we know how powerful you know, nerve-2 activation is. We've got to get our hands on that. But our product has its own peer-reviewed study conducted, and shows 100% of mammals that we reduce oxidative stress an average of 40% in 30 days. That was conducted in America. So, and we've had so many research facilities and universities study our product since, and nobody can disprove it, because it does what it says it does. So we literally protect against oxidative stress, and we do so in a very potent formula. There is a company called Biogen who manufactured what we call a synthetic nerve-2 activator. It's used, it's called Tecfidera, and it's used for the treatment of MS. Now, they spent billions to manufacture this product, and they were so confident that their product was going to beat our product that they put it head-to-head in a trial which they partially funded. Now, in the concluding remarks of that, they said, interesting to note, the researchers who were third party said, interesting to note, Protandim, a natural nerve-2 activator, has been proven and demonstrable to be a more potent inducer of the nerve-2 pathway, which is huge because it's natural, you know? So people think that there are other products that are on the market that come close to this, and nothing does. It is like nothing else that we have ever seen. It is not a supplement. It is literally an activator for the body, and it's natural. And that is just, for me, that was crucial. It's just huge.
Yeah. So if somebody's watching and they're still not quite sure what this actually can do to them or for them, what would you say to them or recommend?
I would say, you know what, you've got nothing to lose, because this is a natural product in the first place. The majority of people who start on the product, they feel an increased sense of energy and they experience better sleep. I mean, those two things alone are massive. You know, if this was a pharmaceutical product, then you would have more indications. And I'm not saying pharmaceuticals aren't good, because they are, and they definitely have their place. But I guess my point is that it's natural, and we always get people to check if they're taking medications. We say check with your pharmacist that none of our natural ingredients could affect what you're already taking. But you've got nothing to lose. I mean, increased energy, decreased inflammation, better sleep. That's a win-win if you ask me. So I would say go for it.
Awesome. Well, Lisa, thank you so much for answering all these questions. They were quite full on, I know, but you answered so beautifully and just so easy to understand. And yeah, I really, really appreciate you took the time to come on. And yeah.
Oh, thank you for having me on. Look, I'm so excited, Bettina. We've got our hands on something that really does do great things for people, and it's just priceless. And so, you know, I'm excited for you being involved so early. I'm excited, you know, for myself, having seen what I've seen. I'm excited for the people who've benefited. There is nothing to lose with this.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Lisa. Hey.
Welcome. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.